What's up? What's up? It's Negative Nicole, aka Country Girl in the building. And sticks and stones may break some bones, but these words will surely hurt you. We all know the truth hurts, so let's get right on into it. I'm in Dallas, Texas, and looks like we're gonna get some rain today. I was gonna do this story yesterday, but I got in so late and I was so tired, and I actually thought that this guy would have been picked up by now. I actually thought that the police would have gotten him by now. So it seems like they haven't. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop the story anyways. Let's go ahead and get into the news report.
Tonight, the family of 22-year-old Micheal Ezzard Jr. is asking for help finding his killer.
Yeah, the Fox 5's Patty Pan talked to victims.
And let me say that this will be disturbing for most of you guys. Let's go.
To the victim's aunt and joins us live from the Smyrna Police Department. Patty, what did you hear?
You know, this is just such a heartbreaking story to be telling our viewers about tonight. This Smyrna family really pleading for help in finding the people responsible for shooting and killing their loved one. And as you've said, this was all caught on camera. We do want to warn our viewers, the video they're about to see is disturbing. Surveillance video from outside the 5 Point Strip Mall on Roswell Street in Smyrna shows the moments before a man opens fire on another. You see a man armed with a gun run up on the victim in front of the package store with others standing around. He grabs the victim's sweatshirt from the back and puts the gun in the victim's face. There's a quick scuffle and then the one shot. Police have now identified the victim as 22-year-old Micheal Ezzard Jr. It happened just before 10 o'clock Monday night. His aunt, Sharinda Ezzard, says watching that video is gut-wrenching for their family that someone could be so callous.
He has no regard for anyone. He walked through people and done what he did to my nephew with no regards of anyone else. That video hurts. That is a hard video to watch.
Following the shooting, watch as the shooter walks to a getaway car parked waiting for him. The car takes off. Police have released this picture of the shooter, whom they describe as an unknown.
This is the picture of the shooter. It's a little blurry, but we all know if you know someone, you know them. The picture can be blurry and you still know who that person is. So that's why I'm really surprised that he hasn't been caught by now. And if he has, I haven't seen anything on it. So you could probably drop that in the comments and let me know if you have any further information on this guy.
Black man who fled the scene in a gray Honda four-door vehicle that a woman was driving. They say the car was last seen traveling westbound on Hawthorne Avenue.
I encourage someone to help us because this could be your family standing here, pleading and asking for help.
It's a very cold and callous act, and this individual needs to be off the streets. The sooner the better.
Sharinda says her nephew seen here with his father was an aspiring entrepreneur and was well loved in the community. He was an only child. In fact, she says the Rose Garden community where this took place is a very tight-knit and safe community up until now. They still don't know why this happened.
To see him leave here this way has been very hard.
Now, again, here's another look at the suspect authorities are looking for, as well as that getaway car only being described as a gray Honda. Now, anyone with any information on either the driver or the alleged gunman, you are being urged to call authorities, but they do remind you that he should be considered armed and dangerous. We'll have more in this story coming up tonight at 6. For now, we're reporting live outside the Smyrna Police Department. I'm Patty Pan, Fox 5.
Okay, I want to go back down through this video to let you see some things.
Moments before a man opens fire on another. You see a man armed with a gun.
Right here. As you can see that there is a gray vehicle in the parking lot. I'm sure just another regular customer. And Micheal is speaking to some women right there. You can see in the background that the shooter is running up on him. Only him. I feel like this was a hit. They had to have known him. And I don't know, maybe the police officers need to check his phone calls. Somebody knew his whereabouts. I'm not sure if they probably was riding back by, like, there he is right there. But they parked over to the side, ducked off because they knew what they were going to do. They didn't park in front of the store. They parked away from the cameras. Now, if I know anything about forensics, me watching First 48 and all of that, normally what they do is they will follow the car down the road in different directions. They would take the camera to the left and to the right, going down the street just to see if that car has passed by or did it stop anywhere else. Did the cameras catch it anywhere else? Did a camera on a red light catch it anywhere else where you could get a license plate number or anything? They, by now, I'm thinking, because it was caught on camera, that they probably already know who this guy is. They may not have told the public yet because sometimes they keep that information to themselves. Because, I mean, he's on the run and he's watching the news, doing this in broad daylight, and it did make the news. I'm pretty sure he's watching.
Run up on the victim in front of the package store with others.
It's clear it wasn't a robbery. He didn't rob the other women out there. They only came for him. They knew who he was. If the shooter didn't know who he was, the girl in the car did. They're looking for the vehicle and this man, which they should be looking for both of them. I feel like both of them should be charged. The girl cannot act like she didn't know what was going on. She could be the problem about all this. So, like, the family needs to just think, I'm not saying that it was an ex-girlfriend that he had any problems. Like, did he have a problem with anybody on social media? Any problem in his life? It was something going on. Like I say, this wasn't a robbery. You parked the car, ducked off on the side, and you ran up and you hit your target. Now, a lot of people don't like to say anything about these type of situations because it's snitching. But don't look at it like, oh, it's just a regular day in the neighborhood, somebody got shot. Really look at this, and when you look at this video, think of it being, your brother, your uncle, your loved one. Think of your loved ones and just put it in this situation, because when I saw this, I thought about my nephews. I thought about my son, I thought about my kids, and somebody just jumping out, running down on them like that. I would be not only devastated, I would be pissed the fuck off. That would be a problem for me. And I'm not going to go into what I would do and this, that, and that other. I'm just saying, to see this live on camera, knowing that this man died, is very devastating. And the aunt, I could tell she's really hurt. A lot of people like for you to come on camera crying and whatnot, but we've seen a lot of people on camera crying and it's all fake. You can clearly see that auntie is trying to hold her composure, and at the end she kind of, you can hear it in her voice at the end. She's trying to hold herself together. This is really bad for their family. I feel really bad for them. I really hope they catch this guy. He ran up like a hitman. They exchanged words. Too bad we can't hear what was said, because that would probably really help the case. Almost like whatever he got shot for, he wanted him to know what he got shot for. I'm not knowing if he knew this man or not. Let's look at the video.
Standing around. He grabs the victim's sweatshirt from the back and puts the gun in the victim.
And he's almost doing it calmly. You know what I'm saying? He's talking and almost doing it calmly. And I wish he could have grabbed his hand, and he did try to grab his hand at one point, but bless his heart.
Victim's face. There's a quick scuffle and then the one shot. Police have now identified the victim as 22-year-old Micheal Ezzard.
I want to go back to this again. I know that this is heartbreaking for the family. But I just want to go back again so you can understand that he was definitely targeted about something. A situation had to happen because, like I say, this is not a robbery. You didn't come for anyone else but him. Something happened, and it may not be anything that he did. Could have broke up with somebody. Somebody could have came at him wrong, and he could have said some words. I don't know what the situation is, but it was definitely a situation. That's what it appears to me.
See is disturbing. Surveillance video from outside the 5-point strip
He jumps out the car and runs up immediately, just straight up to this guy and this guy only.
mall on Roswell Street in Smyrna shows
You can see the car in the rear view that was parked, a customer at the store, getting the fuck up out of there because they see what's going on. The girls, they're moving back, but they're still kind of watching because I don't know if this is their vehicle right here, but it appears that they didn't even get into their vehicle. I also seen a comment where somebody said, what the hell? Why no one helped him? Did you see how fast this man ran up on him with a gun? Help him where? Get popped and be on the ground dead as well? Like this all happened so quickly. It was nothing to be done unless the other ladies or someone in the parking lot may have had a gun to be able to shoot the suspect. I don't see what they would have been able to do. I think that was that comment was insensitive, and I don't know what they had going on in their mind. I definitely hate for you to be put in a situation, the same situation like that, but it being your loved one and not a stranger, and you understanding now after someone gets killed in front of your face, you understand now why you couldn't help. But let's keep going.
the moments before a man opens fire on another. You see a man armed with a gun run up on the victim in front of the package store with others standing around. He grabs the victim's sweatshirt from the back and puts the gun in the victim's face.
You can see that he heard footsteps running up on him quickly because he kind of turns around right before the shooter gets to him because he notices something. Let me bring that back.
Shows the moments before a man opens fire on another. You see a man armed with a gun run up on the victim in front of the package store with others standing around. He grabs the victim's sweatshirt from the back and puts the gun in the victim's face. There's a quick scuffle and then the one shot. Police have now identified the...
I actually wish that the witnesses would have spoke to the news reporters. They may have. I wondered did police speak to the witnesses because they were close enough to hear exactly what the shooter was saying to him. And that could lead to, that could give you something, a better understanding about what's going on.
Victim is 22-year-old Micheal Ezzard Jr. It happened just before 10 o'clock Monday night. His aunt, Sharinda Ezzard, says watching that video is gut-wrenching for their family that someone could be so callous.
Yes, and yes, bless her heart. Here's Micheal. They have other pictures of him, you know, on social media. I didn't go on his page or anything like that. I just didn't do that. I could have, but you know, I didn't go on his page. This is also the shooter. Like I said, the picture is blurry, but when you know someone, you know him. I definitely thought he would have been caught by now. He might not know this guy at all. It could be the female that he knows. It could be the female. And this vehicle here. One thing about it, it's a lot of these vehicles around, but when you know, you know. Like, if it's my homegirl, like I know he looks familiar because I know he hangs around her. You know, so like I said, by this being live, this shooting being live, I was going to drop it yesterday. I just thought to myself when I woke up this morning that there would be an arrest already taking place on this situation. It's very devastating, and I would ask you all to think about your loved ones when you're looking at the video, when you see my story, to think of your nephews, your brother, your family members getting ran down getting ran down like that, while just out commonly having a conversation with some women at the store. We can't go anywhere now. It's shootings every single day. It's shootings every single day. The summer is coming, and you'll see people in the comments like, the summer gonna be bad. They just wilding out this summer. No, they've been wilding out for years now, and every day. It does not have to be summer for them to be wild. The shootings are every day. Does it get worse in the summer? Maybe, maybe not. But I don't see a difference. I see that there are shootings every day. Winter, summer, spring, fall, all the way through. Summer is just probably worse because we have the kids out of school with nothing to do all day long. It's just crazy what happened to this young man. And if anybody knows anything, contact the police department. You can get in touch with the family and be anonymous. You're going to make a fake page and say something. But I know for a fact this guy will be caught. The girl too. Maybe we'll get the whole story at that point. Maybe, maybe not. Sometimes we don't get the whole thing. But I know the newspaper and Google always have extra information that the news does not report. So, like I said, this is crazy. I really don't have much to say, so that I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. I'm gone.